Honestly, when I want attention,
And
I
you
just
just-
kind of go and like, if you're like, with just like phone and whatever, I'm just like, hello.
Yeah, which is fine. Like
Yeah.
you're not being intrusive. You're not.
Yeah.
If there's something that's actually going on, and be like, hey, look, I gotta handle this right quick, and then come on back afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's like, and yes.
And you're not put off by that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, deep down, like my initial reaction as an emotional female, obviously, is like, he doesn't want me. But it's like, he didn't say not ever, like, get out of here.
He said, not right this second.
Now,
Yeah.
let me finish.
Yeah. Let me
Like-
cook. Give me a sec.
And then it's like, that's actually a reasonable answer.
Right. And the thing is, like, you are also in that process, you're also reassured that your value is there and that you are wanted and you are loved and you are to be brought in
Yeah.
afterwards. I just have something that requires my attention right now.
Yeah.
And you understand that I'm a busy guy and there are things that sometimes require my attention at the moment. And I need to go ahead and focus on this thing. And then I will make time for you because I love you and I care about you.
That is the part of the setting up the framework. I'm loved. I'm cared for. Like, yes, he does want this attention from me as much as I want it from him, but it just right now is not the time. It's like we expect that of our children, especially if you are a parent and you're doing this chaos goblin thing and almost like a child, and then you get annoyed at it in your own children.
Right.
It's like that makes sense.
Well, because you want to be the one that's in charge of it. You don't.
I'm the exception to the rule.
Yeah, exactly. And so we talked a little bit about passengers inspecting the boat and testing the captain. Now, what is a passenger looking for when they're inspecting or examining the itinerary?
Goals, aspects, dreams, in accordance, with your values, morals, all of these things. And these are the logistics. These are the nitty-gritty logistics. What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of things do you want to accomplish? What is your end game? How many kids do you want to have? How do you want to run your household? Are you going to be like gentle parents? Are you going to, not spare the rod and spoil the child? Like how are you going to structure this?
Sure.
That's all of the itinerary details that you need to hash out. Like at least in general.
Sure.
Especially those big ones. Like, are we going to church every Sunday? Are we having kids? And like, ultimately, what is his like ultimate career track?
Yeah. And what are his expectations?
And aspirations? Like, what do you want to retire from? Or do you want to retire at all? Like kind of thing,
Right.
And at what age do you want to retire? But what do you want to do along the way? Like,
Sure. So this reminds me of how like a lot of women will go ahead and say that the guy is nice, but he didn't have ambition. Like, this is the kind of thing that I see where women will go ahead and come up and complain that the guy didn't have ambition, though he did have a lot of the things that looked nice and that he could throw her around and throw her up against a wall and, make good things happen. But then they realize that this is for a good time, not necessarily for a long time.
Like that should have been the beginning of the conversation.
Well, right. These are all these things that you should look at before you hop on the boat.
Yeah.
Right?
Not just like, you're hot, I'm hot, let's get it poppin'.
Right.
Seems good, let's go. Like there's those kind of things where you sign the contract without even reading it.
Sure. And so like this reminds me of going back to the fundamental thing with the captain and passenger is that captains have necessary challenges to be a captain in the first place. Build the boat, learn to sail, plot a course.
Yeah.
They are requirements to be a solid captain. Whereas for the passenger, all three of her things are prerogatives. She gets to choose whether she's going to do those things or not. And it's wise for her to do those things. And if she doesn't do those things, she's going to go ahead and spend her money on tickets to boats that aren't going to go ahead and actually fulfill her in life. And then she's going to go ahead and take it out on the ferry boat captain later on, when she is paying for exactly what she is getting in terms of going from A to B. And then he's going to feel resentful because he is not really her first choice. And all the things that she had done for the other captain on the speedboat are not the things that she's going to get from the ferry boat or not the things he's going to get as the ferry boat captain.
And that's more like the musical chairs, like getting one before the music stops.
Right. And the thing is, like, if we recognize that men and women just have fundamentally different, like, challenges and timelines, then we can go ahead and reconcile these things. And so that we can have the best opportunity for the captain to get the best quality passenger or passengers, whatever the case may be, aboard. And the passenger can go ahead and secure the best passage on the best ship with the best captain she can for the long term. These things have to be done in a certain way. And for women, typically, they got to go ahead and make those decisions earlier on in life so that she can have the best amount of cash on hand and the best negotiating terms for her. Whereas for a captain, if he hasn't completely risen to his captaincy in its completion, he's going to have a harder time negotiating good terms from her. So that's kind of like a good framing of the sexual marketplace for both men and for women, to go ahead and kind of understand this idea of the captain and the passengers that we talk about, and why building yourself up as a man sets you up for a proper foundation for a good marriage and a good life, because you are able to establish boundaries and frame because you have set the conditions up so that it's attractive to a well-qualified passenger.
And then hold it. That's the big thing. Hold the frame.
Sure. And like, even when you're trying to go ahead and correct her course, you don't have to be like mean about it.
No.
You can go ahead and just be calm and loving and just like grab her by the waist and just be like, hey, kiddo, I got this. Just chill out, enjoy the ride, come alongside.
Yep.
And just speaking slowly and in calm tones will more often than not go ahead and satisfy the whole like security gland thing for most situations for most women. And guys just don't know to go ahead and like chill out a little bit, take a breath, look her in the eye. I got you, kiddo.
I got this.
Right? And
it's hot. I'm gonna say it's hot.
Right? And there you go. And that's all it takes sometimes. So let's go ahead and talk about things or areas where good men go wrong. And the idea is to identify 3 behaviors that really destroy masculine frame and masculine leadership in marriage. And the first bit is appeasing instead of leading. This is being Mr. Nice Guy and happy wife, happy life.
And that starts early.
Mm-hmm.
It starts more in like the dating phase, where it's like, I'm going to do enough nice stuff to hook her in.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you got her, because you guys are now married, then you're like, I don't have to do that nice stuff anymore.
Or you have gotten her accustomed to bending over backwards to every whim that she's got, that she just assumes that that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But in that circumstance specifically, the guy made the mistake in the first place of not having boundaries in frame and not having expectations and just bending over backwards for her the whole time. Well, when you train somebody to treat you a certain way, they're going to treat you that way. And so why are you going to be surprised that every time you say yes, dear, to some ridiculous thing that she's bringing up, that you are digging your hole deeper and deeper, and you're getting yourself further and further away from the life that you actually want as a guy?
Yeah, that's why it especially bothers me. It's just so unsettling and like makes my stomach turn a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When women say, oh yeah, I've got him trained to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
It's even worse when a man goes, oh yeah, she's trained me.
Right, because they're co-signing it. So it's one thing for women to go ahead and try to go ahead and get street cred with other women.
Yeah.
You know, in the coven, and, you know, because they're all talking about training their men a lot of times. And then the one woman that's like, no, my man's good. I don't need to worry about training him. Like the other women look at her with scorn. They're like, what are you talking
You can't
about?
sit with us.
Yeah, we wear pink on Wednesdays. Get out of here.
Well, yeah, it's really funny how I've just flabbergasted a lot of women where they're like, the one lady at church when I first met her was like, my name is, and I'm the boss. And I said, my name's Dawn and I'm not. And she didn't know what to do with that.
Right.
And she's baffled. Like, she's just like, she kind of like scuttled off. I was like, hey, that's me.
Right.
If this message resonated with you, I'll ask that you go ahead and hit the subscribe button below so that you can go ahead and get more. And I ask that you send this message to someone who could benefit from it. I hope you have a fantastic day.